Hello friends, my name's the real Emile and welcome back to Need for Speed Carbon. Today it is episode 19 of our Let's Play and we are going to be doing something as soon as I've installed this gearbox. Kind of forgot to do that. I started the episode off and forgot to do that and I got absolutely destroyed, so yeah, I've remembered to do that now, so it's fine. Anyways, today we are going to be doing these race wars. No idea what, well, I have some idea what these are. They're essentially extremely long circuit races. Now normally I wouldn't do them, however I decided to do them because we are 100% completing this game. And I would rather do this just before I went to go take Darius, because it'd be a bit weird, you know, if it was like episode 19 we've beaten Darius, episode 20 we have to go back and do all this stuff. So no, we're not doing that. Right, I will admit, the race wars are cool for one thing. A, 20 people on track, yeah, this actually can happen. And B, you know, that first cutscene of like every single car on track, you're like, wow. Also, my favourite crew in the game are in this event, which is also pretty sick. And the other thing, which is absolutely amazing, and I love this, is when I first went to do this, right, fully upgraded Lambo, oh, sorry, partly upgraded Lambo, because I haven't put the gearbox in, I got faced off against SLR McLarens. In this episode, apparently, or in this like run, I'm being put against tuner cars, which, don't get me wrong, tuner cars are great. Our Subaru was, and probably still is actually, fantastic in every single way. However, top speed, no. And they can't really keep up with a Lambo when you've got very long... Try and sneak into there. I've sort of made that Skyline do a jump. We're doing a jump. But yeah, I love how I've been put now against tuner cars, which I could probably just walk all over with this car. Although admittedly they're probably much quicker through the corners, because they don't have to deal with the tremendous understeer of my Lamborghini. But anyways, yeah, I said in the last episode I was going to look at sort of vinyls to maybe spice the car up before the next episode. I looked at the vinyls, not a huge fan of them. Like there was one which was pretty cool. It's like a two-tone thing, you know. I had black on top and sort of the standard Lambo blue, which we've got on now at the bottom. I kind of like the look of that, but it was a bit glitchy because, you know, this car, I assume it was modelled around this car, you know, the actual stock version of this car. It's not modelled to be on this huge wide body we've got on it, so... yeah, that didn't go on the car. So the other thing that I also kind of wanted to discuss is this LP. It's been pretty good, to be honest with you. I know it isn't the final episode yet, but considering I know exactly what's about to be coming in the final episode, I think now is the good, you know, time for reflection episode, because the next episode is going to be pure and utter pain and misery because the Darius Canyon battle is not fun. Anyways, apparently that phone box is made of 3 tons of steel. Anyways, yeah, first LP's been pretty good. We are on part 19, and considering this is the second to last part, because the next part's going to be beating Darius, as I said in the, I think I said in the last episode as well, I'm going to do all the defensive races. If you see races like that look like they still need completing, I'm going to do them off camera because they're defensive races. You've already seen me do those races, so that's the reason I don't film them, because you know, you've already seen the race. It's essentially just the race again, and that's what irritates me about them. It's basically just making you do the race again. Bear in mind, you only get like 500 credits for doing it, so you don't make any money off them whatsoever. In fact, in episode 16, some of you probably didn't even notice the fact that I had actually got like $3,000 from doing 6 events, which is just insane when I'm supposed to be getting like 25 grand at this point for doing the standard stack deck effect. Ugh. What the hell? I came out of speed breaker and the car just twitched. I better not have lost me the race, otherwise I'm not going to be happy, because I said at the start of this specifically, huh, look, tuner cars, I can destroy these. Oh wait, apparently not, because, I don't know, Skyline plot armor or something. Yeah, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't waggle the stick around so much in Speed Breaker, but I guess it's partly my fault. But you know me, I'm a self-doubting individual, but at the same time I'm also one that refuses to admit any part of a game that goes wrong is my fault, so, yeah. Alright, I thought that was... If you guys throw this race, you will now become my favourite gang. To be fair, I quite like the green and orange thing they've got going on, but still. You guys will... Fuck off with them phone boxes. It's bollocks. I was about to say how nice the AI of this game's been to me, but apparently on this race they're just going to be total and utter twats. Alright, let's get through this first bit with Speed Breaker, because A, they all seem to have collisions on the first lap. There we go, take each other out. Alright. I'm going to not fucking understeer. I'm going to tune the suspension to oversteer in a minute, just because it will probably make the car nicer to drive. This Lambo is pretty good to drive, right? Not going to lie. The problem with Need for Speed Carbon, I believe it's happened in Underground 2 as well, the steering on these cars isn't the most responsive. As in, it's just terrible, to be perfectly honest with you. The steering... Oh, by the way, I just want to point this out. I did the race wars on my main account. I did them in a Mitsubishi Evo 9. Yet, apparently, in a Lamborghini, I'm struggling because... Fuck logic? I apologise for swearing, by the way, in this episode. I try not to swear too much on my channel. Just because it isn't cool. That's basically it, and it's like, it's just, if you want to hear shouty, sweary racing game channels, you know where to go and get them. I try to be a bit more civil, well, civil-ish. I kind of like raging at stuff, it's kind of funny, but at the same time it's like, it's just, no. But anyways, you know where to go if you want to. I'm sorry, I'm pulling Speed Breaker into every one of these corners. I'm probably screwing myself over more with it, because apparently in this Lambo, it's so quick that the steering just goes haywire as soon as you hit the Speed Breaker. Use the boost. I should really tune the nitrous a bit more for velocity. I might end up doing that, actually. Go, go, go. Down here. I wish I was facing against Muscle Car. Well, actually, I don't. No, I don't. To be fair, alright, I'm about to overtake him. I'm gonna hit the Speed Breaker just because. What the? I didn't even turn that way. Anyways, as I was saying, steering in Carbon, not any. To be fair, most wanted. Underground 2, the handling just made every car feel heavy. In this game, it's okay. The problem is the steering's not particularly responsive. So, for example, there, you kind of saw it before I started braking. The car actually just goes straight on, like it's ignoring my steering input, and that's actually what it feels like. It doesn't feel like understeer, right? You know, in Forza, I can tell when a car's understeering. In this, it just feels more like it's just sort of taking your steering input as a vague suggestion. It's like taking a few seconds to think about it. It's just like, you know what, we might just ignore your steering. I don't think it's a good idea to take your steering into account. Meanwhile, I'm sat there screaming, just holding the right analog stick going, please turn the car, please turn the car, please turn the car, please turn the car. Anyways. Yeah, luckily we are in the lead. Hopefully we stay in the lead, because I am not racing through these again. Oh, no, Corvette. Because, of course, Corvette. Do you know what? I love it how this is supposed to be, you know, all the local racing crews are supposed to, you know, engage. You know, it's all for them to come out and, you know, show off their skills and do whatever. I love it how apparently they can bring loads of their friends along, but I can't bring Nikki along. Nikki would be great in this event, because on all the straights I could just abuse her speed power, or even Yumi. To be fair, Yumi would probably be the more useful one because she can spot shortcuts. Although, I didn't fire Yumi, did I? I fired Samson, which to be fair feels kind of gratifying because Samson was a bit of a twat really as a crew member. Anyway, across the jump, across the line. There we go, first one of those races done. We only get 10 grand for that as well because...
We have a 911 report of a speeding vehicle.
Anyways, let's just ignore the crew trying to take over my thing. It's not very cool. Jump to event, let's do this one. This is the longest of all of them. I think this one's like... I think I played the challenge series of this one and it lasted about 14 minutes. And I think I had to do it in like an SLR McLaren, so... Yeah, it's another long race, but hey, whatever. Muscle cars, lots of muscle cars, Lamborghini. Hey look, there's a Gallardo. I think that's the first time that's ever appeared. Is there any decent supercars? I don't think so. No, it doesn't appear there's any decent supercars, so that's fair enough. To be fair, I've never seen anyone use the Carrera GT in this game. I've seen them use it in Most Wanted. In fact, if I recall, I might have had one in Most Wanted. I don't know why. I might buy one in... to be fair, I might buy one in the LP once we get towards the end, just because... From what I can gather, that game is really hard to get money on at the start, but then afterwards it's ridiculously easy, unlike this game which gets... well, it doesn't really get hard to earn money on the later you go in. It's just everything gets a lot more expensive, so it's... Yay! Fucking Challenger. Is that worth restarting? I don't know. Hopefully the catch-up system isn't a dick and wheels me in. That'd be quite nice. The only time I agree with catch-up in games is when you're catching me up. Anyone else? No. But if it's, you know, whatever. Go across from there. I was kind of hoping the race wars, like, that was something that just popped into my mind a minute ago, actually. I was kind of hoping the race wars might put an end to the defensive races, because it might be like, oh, the crews have seen that you're much better, so they're not going to try and fudge with your territory. But no, apparently they are. Stinner. A guy called Stinner's in the lead. What a silly nickname. Although, to be fair, I don't know. My name's... it's catchy. There you go, that's my excuse for my YouTube name, it's catchy. Corvette with silly body kit on it that makes it look a lot fatter than it is. In case you're wondering, by the way, the reason I went with this body kit over the others is A, because, to be fair, all the other ones had an ugly rear end. I went with this one mainly just because of what it looks like from the front. I mean, look at this thing. It looks so cool. With those, like, aggressive-looking headlights. Like, normally I'd be, like, heavily against modifying exotic cars. It just doesn't look cool. But, I mean, it's just... Look at that front end. It's so menacing. Lambo should have... Well, to be fair, Lambo kind of built this, I guess. They built the Reventon. Which is actually kind of... It looks like a strange cross between the Reventon and that LP670-4 Super Veloce. To be fair, or Veloce, should I say, not Veloce. Please come across my favourite shortcut, because I could really do with taking these guys. This is what happened, by the way, in the last bloody... The one that you didn't see because I forgot I'd fully upgraded this car, which to be fair doesn't seem to have made much of a bloody well difference. The guy was 5 seconds ahead, but he sort of stayed 5 seconds ahead, which... You know, this game's supposed to have catch-up and everything, so kinda guess, but still, I would kinda like the catch-up to work against them a little bit and work towards me, but hey, whatever, I guess. And how long are we going for? 14 minutes. Yeah, this is gonna be one of the longer episodes. But anyway, as I was supposed to be saying, this Let's Play's actually been pretty good. To be fair, unless I seem to catch some form of disease in the last for the next 2 weeks, considering I don't think I'm going to do Darius fight tonight. I think I'm going to do all the defensive races. Don't get me wrong. I don't think I'm going to take on Darius, though, until, well, probably tomorrow, to be honest with you. But yeah, unless that happens, this has been the first Let's Play that I've kept sort of consistent to the upload schedule. The reason for that is because I've recorded this so ridiculously in advance, it's pretty unreal. For example, as I'm currently recording this, which is 15th of February, part 7 of the Let's Play has just gone up. Oh, sorry, it went up a couple of hours ago because it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. That's one of the reasons I don't particularly want to record the Darius fight tonight, because that could go on for about an hour and a half, and I really just don't want to put myself through the stress of that just yet, because that's just going to be a bitch. So, yeah, probably end up doing that tomorrow. Record, like, the Darius fight. But I'll probably after this episode, provided I don't kill myself in this episode, because these race wars apparently are taking the piss, and that guy's staying well ahead of me. Mind you, wheeled him in. Right, come on, Nesto Relesto. Of course he's in a Corvette. Because of course they are, because the Corvette's the best car in this game, basically. If the AIs are driving, then yeah, it's the best car in the game because it's stupidly, ridiculously fast for no reason. Like, literally, it... The bit that annoys me the most is there's no traffic on this event. And usually, like, with the muscle cars, I don't know if it's just a placebo thing, but the AIs seem to get incredibly confused when they're driving muscle cars. So... it usually makes them a bit easier if there's traffic, because they get confused by the traffic cars. Don't throw them into a wall. Don't unsteer, thank you. These races are actually apparently a lot harder than the other races in the game, which is a sort of complete shambles, considering these are the longest events in the game. 2 seconds ahead of me. Hopefully, right, I know my shortcut's coming up soon. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. If I'm not able to do this, I'll probably just cut all of this out and start again. Because, well, not start again as in, like, start the whole episode, but I'm probably just going to restart the event and re-record. Oh, for fuck's sake. The AI is actually really competent on these races, which is... a shame for me. Alright, there we go, we're ahead, Right, where's that finish line? Where's the finish line? To be fair, I probably should have done these earlier on, because I think they're a lot easier when you do them earlier. I remember... actually, to be fair, that might be because of... I did it in the challenge series, and it was supposed to be against easy opposition. I actually ended up... I don't think I lapped them, but I think I got pretty close. I was like a minute ahead of the competition. Although, to be fair... No. Please! Thank you! I so thought I was understeering into a wall and I was going to die, but nope. I won that as well. Excellent. Never again. Right, we've got one more to do. Okay, I was looking at my recording screen for some reason. Stratum Bell Tower. Right, let's do that. And then, hopefully, after this one, well, hopefully, we will be done with the race wars. And then I've just got to go and do some defensive races. And then we've got to go and take the fight to Darius and his made-up crew. Excuse me, SLR. Oh, God. I'm sorry if I'm making weird noises, by the way. This is the Rage episode. I'm not even watching through that cutscene. Because, yay, all the supercars are here, because, yay, and the muscle cars, because they didn't annoy me enough last episode. Oh, and the Viper's here, because the Viper is a little bit faster than the Corvette, which is just peachy. Hey, there's Murcielago in here, though, and it's actually a good colour as well. You see, what I was kind of hoping for is because this is sort of like Kenji's area, or was Kenji's area, should I say, but this is sort of the land. I've just got an itch in my nose. I apologise. Yeah, because this is sort of like Kenji's area, and that's where all the tuners are. I was kind of hoping they would show up in Skylines, but apparently not. Apparently, I'm gonna hit a thing as well. I am gonna tune the nitrous on this. Well, actually, I don't really. No, I'm not going to because it's canyon events and other things from this point onwards. So. There's no real point of tuning the nitrous considering I can't use them in the canyons. Overtake him. Ooh, cheeky shortcut, lads. I'll take that. Oh, by the way, I would kind of like a round of applause considering I have not just been a hipster and decided to, you know, I didn't... Oh my god, Lambo's died. Anyways, to be fair, he probably tried to activate speed breakers to break his fall, and the game was just like, nope, throw you at a wall. But anyways, be proud of me because unlike what I do 99% of the time, I haven't made a KSI joke in any of the videos involving this Lamborghini. Nor have I mentioned the cheeky Lambo thing again, because cheeky Nandos need cheeky Lambos, but yeah, it's just... I said in that episode I would never mention that again, and I now completely and utterly will never ever mention it again. Ever. Ever, ever, ever in a million years. Right. Yeah, I do want to slightly apologise. It's been a more ragey episode of the Let's Play, although, to be fair, if you find this one a little bit ragey, I would probably advise it you best don't watch the next episode because it's going to be Darius, and Darius is yeah, Darius is Darius. But yeah, I've been consistent with this Let's Play because I am like properly like recording this ridiculously thingy. This game has definitely sort of opened my eyes a little bit to how... Oh my god, someone took the amazing two people took the amazing shortcut. I cannot have you take the amazing shortcut. If I can beat them out of there, I won't be okay. There's an SLR McLaren in the lead, and that's not good. Skyline? Okay, Skyline died. It's fine. I really should have taken that shortcut. I really should have taken the shortcut. There's now an SLR McLaren in the lead. Now, the McLaren? Yeah. That's also a car you don't want the AIs to get because it's basically got similar sort of stats to my Lamborghini. However, it's quicker. Acceleration wise, he's going to win. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to restart because I'm not sitting through the failure screen. I'll probably leave that in because this actually isn't too long. It's only 1 minute 41, which is about half the length of a standard Underground 2 race. Oh yeah, the McLarens are irritating because they're much quicker than the Lambo. Like, it's not, well, I don't know how much quicker it is. Like, I've never actually driven one, to be honest with you, on this game because I don't like the SLR McLaren. I think I've spoke about this before. I kind of just don't. It looks to me just like a standard hairdresser Mercedes convertible with a longer nose. So I've never really liked them. I'm just going to leave the speed breaker on in case that happens. There we go. That's why I use speed breaker when I'm coming across shortcuts, by the way, because yeah, it makes your car much more invincible than their cars, which is always good. I'm going to take that shortcut again. Hopefully I'll remember to actually take it on the other way around as well. But yeah, this Let's Play has been nice and consistent. It's definitely helped me out in like how I'm going to do future Let's Plays. I personally think 20 parts, right, that's what this Let's Play has been. This is basically for me anyway, the perfect length to a game. It's, you know, it's just long enough to make for, you know, because you've had like 20-minute episodes, you know, and that's pretty good. You know, it's long enough to make that many, you know, it's long enough to actually make substantial videos on, but it's also... Oh, God damn it, he had to ram me off the road, didn't he? Hopefully I don't lose to another Lambo, although looking at their AI in this particular event type, they haven't done particularly well. Now, apparently I'm hitting trees because, of course, because all my Lambo does is have terrible, terrible steering. I am slightly regretting the idea of bringing this to Darius. I might just bring the Viper. It would probably handle a bit less weird. It's very weird to drive this car. I was saying, through the canyons, to be fair, it's not too bad. If I'm paying attention, it's not too bad. It's just because I haven't really raced these races too much. In the past, I've sort of been, you know, dealing with Silverton, and there's not much crap on the side of the streets in Silverton as there are in Kempton and whatever the other place was, this place, downtown. SLR McLaren, don't overtake, don't overtake, don't overtake, don't overtake. Thank you. Just ram him into a wall because it's like, nope, you are not overtaking me. They're all using shortcuts. Piss off, mate. I hate this bastard in the SLR. He's doing my tits in. Not you two. You're Lambo brethren, so you're alright. I don't mind a Lambo. Well, to be fair, I do mind a Lambo winning, because to be honest with you, I'm done with these events. But still, I wouldn't mind too much losing to another Lambo. I'm not losing to a McLaren though, because I'm just not. Anyways, speaking of losing, I'm not going to because I've crossed the line, yay. Well, that's the race wars done. They were pretty...
Units monitoring. Motorist is reporting a dangerous...
Excellent. Yeah, pretty cool events, I guess. Something, I guess, a little bit different. I mean, if you've watched Underground 2, then no, they're not. But, yeah, pretty interesting-ish events. So, yeah, anyways, I hope you have enjoyed. In the next episode, I am going to be doing the final race in the game. Make sure you do not miss it. I would tell you when it's going to be on, but to be honest with you, because this is so far recorded, and because I'm sort of changing the upload schedule on these episodes, I don't know. But yeah, anyways, join me for that, whenever that's going to be. And yeah, anyways, thank you all very much for watching. I've been the real Emile. Until next time, farewell.